Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're getting
Next question.
From college sensation to WNBA superstar, Caitlin Clark's journey has been nothing short of meteoric. Yet, with every accolade came a chorus of doubters. Today, we delve into the moment she silenced them all.
But the WNBA last year, bless their hearts, finally got a star. And they didn't know that. They couldn't figure it out. Well, we don't want to put too much Caitlin Clark on. Nope, every game. More Caitlin Clark all the time, always. Caitlin Clark is easily the most influential athlete in a team sport since Michael Jordan.
Caitlin Clark's transition to the WNBA was met with unprecedented anticipation. Her college feats had already set the stage, but the professional arena awaited.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
With fame came scrutiny. Some questioned the media's focus on Clark, while others challenged her on the court, testing her resilience.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Their rivalry, rooted in college basketball, found new life in the WNBA. While both downplayed tensions, the media and fans couldn't get enough.
If we say her stats are today, what?
20 points, 8.4 assists, 6 rebounds.
That's crazy.
But 5 points.
Beyond the court, Clark's influence reshaped the WNBA's landscape, drawing unprecedented attention and revenue.
Caitlin's coming. There's more than just that are coming. What will the league have in store for them when they get there?
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Despite the challenges, Clark's performance spoke volumes, earning her accolades and respect across the league.
Last season. Clark, hammer. 3 Sky players coming over. Here's Clark for 29 points, gets tripped up.
Is good. Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench.
As the season progresses, all eyes remain on Clark. Her journey is far from over, and the basketball world watches with bated breath.
It's just the structure of the way media plays out race. So last night we read Time magazine where Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover?
The one thing that I cannot deny is the amount of little girls that were showing up to follow her. Little girls with their parents and the fervor and the energy there.
Why her?
Same thing.
Why her?
Well, but she was a white girl from the middle of America.
They said she was overhyped, that her game wouldn't translate, that the WNBA would humble her. But Caitlin Clark didn't just prove them wrong. She shattered every expectation on national TV in front of 1.3 million people. And in that moment, the hate stopped. This is the story of how Caitlin Clark broke her haters for good.
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA. There are women that were worthy of coverage prior to her arriving, and I just will not be silenced when it comes to that.
Before she even dribbled a ball in the pros, Caitlin Clark had already shifted the landscape. Teams that once struggled to fill 3,000-seat gyms were now booking NBA arenas because she was coming to town. And then came the schedule. Out of 44 games, 41 were nationally televised.
And for the first time in history, WNBA games will be played in the United Center. The Chicago Sky will host the Indiana Fever at the UC on Saturday, June 7th, and on Sunday, July 27th.
But when the spotlight shines, that bright shadows form. As her fame soared, resentment bubbled under the surface. Critics questioned her shot volume. Players whispered about favoritism. And online, a full-blown culture war ignited.
The average reported ticket price was $650. Now, if you do the math here and you do 15,000 people times $650, that is almost $9.75 million just for a WNBA preseason game.
But Caitlin wasn't here to argue. She was here to produce attention, revenue, and historic demand. A single preseason game drew nearly $10 million in gate revenue. The average ticket? $650. For context, some WNBA Finals games last year couldn't crack $50.
Have we ever had teams have to get into larger arenas to play against a team? No, we have not. So if we have more eyeballs on the game and Caitlin Clark brings that, why would we feel some kind of way because she has more television games? I think we have to understand that when one player eats, we all eat. And as we all get more opportunities, it just opens it up for everyone else.
She that. I just think about my rookie year, and I think about how I came into the league, and I'm like, bro, it was such a crazy transition for me to just understand what it's like to play at the pro level. And it's like this girl coming in as a rookie and going she broke the record for assists. I don't think people really understand how crazy that is to do as a rookie, your first year doing this. But that's another episode. Shout out to Caitlin.
That she was making still, despite all that, was insane. But people were so caught up in the logo threes and the highs, the 20 3-point attempts per game, which absolutely I understand that. It was so much fun to watch. But I always said she could potentially be one of the best point guards to ever play in the WNBA.
Slowly, the narrative shifted. Even her former skeptics, some of them legends, began to acknowledge the undeniable. Caitlin wasn't just living up to the hype. She was elevating the league around her.
The fans filed outside in droves, getting ready at Carver Hawkeye Arena, and watch parties all around Iowa City. Everybody wants to catch a glimpse of Iowa's favorite daughter, Caitlin Clark, returning home.
And then came the moment. Caitlin Clark returned to Iowa for an exhibition game. It wasn't just sold out, it was electric. And more than 1.3 million tuned in to witness what came next.
Possessions of the day for Brazil. Here's Clark. Wow! You bet! From beyond the logo!
And here's what sealed it. After the final buzzer, the Brazilian national team didn't just shake hands, they swarmed her. Smiles, selfies, awe. To them, she wasn't just a star, she was Michael Jordan.
I think one of the things I love about Caitlin the most is her understanding and willingness to meet the moment and do the thing that she knows everyone wants her to do.
She knows what the people
She broke the
want.
record making that shot to begin with. There's just a certain star quality and power there. Star power. But it takes you being confident enough, willing enough to be oh, no. I know what you want. Come here. I'm going to give it to you. I loved it so much. I just think it's great. I love when athletes have that, bring the cameras right over here.
Well,
it's so fun.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. She knows it.
Yes, she's averaging 19 points and 8 assists. Yes, she has the talent. But this isn't just about numbers. Caitlin Clark represents a cultural shift, one that's forcing media, players, and fans to reconsider who deserves the spotlight.
It is clear that she is having her freaking Michael Jordan moment right now.
In a league built on history, Caitlin Clark became the story. In a game obsessed with stats, she delivered a spectacle. And in a world addicted to criticism, she gave them no choice but to celebrate.
1.3 million people watched it on ESPN. 1.3 million people. Let me put that in perspective, just between us. No NBA preseason game has had that audience in the last 7 years. Only 2 preseason games in the NBA have had that audience in the last 15 years. More people watch this preseason game than game 1 of last year's WNBA finals. No MLB spring training game has ever come close. The most is when 912,000 people watched the Yankees-Phillies, and that was 20 years ago. 1.3 million people watched Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark broke records. She broke narratives. And most importantly, she broke her haters. Because now, it's not just about her. It's about the entire league rising with her.
Favorite to win MVP, should she be?
Yeah, I think so. When you talk about Caitlin Clark, she averaged 19 points, 8 assists. I love that you're counting for me. I need you to count out loud. 19 points, 8 assists last season, but had an even better finish to the season after the All-Star break, after the Olympic break. She lit it up. What did she average? 12 assists during that time? She now has more pieces around her, more teammates. And she get a full off season.
It is a balance, but she's a generational talent. No league's ever about one player, but in this case, Caitlin brought tens of millions of new viewers into the W, and there's no denying that impact. Not just in the WNBA, but the world of sports. Adam and I talk all the time about she's the most popular athlete in America.
People are trying to get on the right side of history after kind of being weird the first year. So I can see like the narrative is already kind of, they're waiting for her to produce so that they can say like they were right.
Whatever you want to call Mamba mentality, whatever you define as Mamba mentality, there's no question about it that Caitlin Clark has it.